Hi everyone, and welcome back to Peggy's Picks. I'm coming on today to share my 12-month medical story with you now that everything is all over, in hopes that I can help someone, give advice to someone that is walking in my shoes. I went to the doctor and I had a physical and I had my normal bone scan. I've been having bone scans my whole life because when I was born, I had a deficit in my hormones that affected my bone strength. So I've been breaking bones since I'm 7 years old. My last bone I broke was April of 2024. So it never stopped all these years. I've been on every pill, every injection you can think of, and nothing worked. So I get the bone scan. My doctor calls me 2 days later. She said, "You need to come in. We need to talk." So, all right, well, that doesn't sound good. So I go in and she's wonderful. And she said, we've done everything, we've tried everything, but unfortunately, everything has gotten to a point where your bones are in critical condition. She said, we need to go see a specialist and see what they can do. Otherwise, you might end up in a wheelchair, or you might, have to have many surgeries. I said, okay, what do I need to do? So she gave me the name of a specialist and I went to see him. I'm going to tell you all of this information of these contacts at the end of this. So I just want to get through this. So I met with the doctor, and of course he asked me all my questions. I told him, everything that I had done and been on. And he said, well, we need to be aggressive. He said, I know the program that I want to put you on. It's expensive. We have to see if your insurance will cover it. It was $3,050 a month, and it's not going to be fun. I said, okay, whatever it takes. I do not want to end up in a wheelchair. So it took months really to get the appointment with him and then get back with him and then my insurance. I was actually in Sicily when I got the call, and I just hurt myself in Sicily. Also, I was in a foot brace there. But they called and they said that your insurance has accepted you into the program. I was thrilled, but the reason I was accepted was because I was so bad. So it was, catch-22. So anyway, I said, I'm away. Please this is when I'm coming home, set the appointment for 2 days later. I go to the doctor, and what this regimen is 12 months, an injection once a month, side effects to the injection, and at the end of the 12 months, we will do a bone scan and see if it works. Again, he kind of told me that, it's uncomfortable, but he's so assured that this is going to work because it has worked for other people that have been in my dire situation. So he introduced me to my nurse, Polly, who was my earth angel for a year. And every time I came in, the big smile, the hug, how are you doing? But the first time I walk in the room, there's old people in there. It's very intimidating. They were on infusions, and I thought, oh my gosh, what is going on here? And she said, okay, I'm going to give you the injection. Before she does that, she apologizes. So I thought, oh dear God. They put it in 2 syringes. They put it in the back of your arms, and it burned like a mother going in. I was like this, I was breathing, you have to be still, but oh my goodness, it was tough. So I sit there for a few minutes because it was like a rush going through. Luna is visiting, a rush going through. And then I got into the car. I called Rich. I said, oh my gosh, it was hard. It was hard. He said, you did it. Only 11 more to go. You can do it. You're strong. And he talked to me the whole way home until I got home. And he did that every month for 12 months. I would get in the car, I would call him, and he would be my cheerleader all the way back to the house. Well, the first time I had it, I just started not feeling well when I got home, and that continued the whole time. So I did have side effects. I had fatigue for 12 months. I would come home just after the injection. I would get headaches. I would be nauseous, and I would stay in bed for almost 24 hours. It was tough. And then 8 months in, what's happening now? I'm getting injections to do what? To grow my bones. So think about that for a minute, right? Very painful. Very painful as your bones are growing as a mature woman. It was tough. I mean, sitting here now, I still have pain. But I got through it and I did it. And it was 12 months and it was brutal. And for the people that I did tell, my family and my few friends that I did share with, they were wonderful, always checking in on me. Just love them all so much, and I will never, ever forget that. But anyway, I went 2 days ago for my bone scan. So it was in my doctor's office. They did the bone scan, and then Rich and I went into the doctor's office to speak to him. And he opened up my file, and he looked down, and he smiled. And I thought, oh my God, it worked. It worked. And it did. It worked. My lumbar spine, which I've broken my tailbone so many times, grew. 29%. My bone mass grew 29%. That is huge. He was like, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Not that excited, but he's very low key. And then in my hips, 8 to 10. So I have had osteoporosis and arthritis since I'm 35 years old. I am out of osteoporosis in 4 out of the 5 areas that they tested. I am in osteopenia, which is the stage before you go into osteoporosis. But I've had osteoporosis since I'm 35 years old. And my bones have been brittle, and that's why, I had to give up skiing. Not that I was a huge skier, but I did enjoy it. My cycling, I couldn't ride 30 miles anymore. I was barely able to get 5 miles in because of the fatigue and the bone, the bone pain. This last month, walking my 2 miles a day, it was so hard. My stride was so slow. Like it was tough. It was tough. But I am very excited to share with you that the name of this medicine is called Evenity. There are commercials on right now. People running in a park, flying a kite and stuff. No, I didn't have that experience, but it worked. It doesn't matter the experience you have because it works. So if you are struggling with osteoporosis and you are at your wit's end because nothing else is working, Evenity did work. There are a lot of side effects. If you have heart issues, you really should not be on it. Leave me a comment below. I will promise to get back to you. I promise if you need a friend, a shoulder, a phone number, a doctor's name. My doctor was Dr. Barry Gruber in West Babylon, and my Earth Angel nurse is Polly. That is who does all his injections and his infusions for him. But please reach out. I would love to help anybody that's in my position. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening about my journey. And I promise next week we'll do something real fun with the fall equinox. Love you all. Take care and take care of yourself.